There are a number of ways for people to reach your website. Today, we're going to talk specifically about direct traffic. So here we are in our acquisition, all traffic, source medium. And then what I did here is I just applied this little filter to look at just the direct visits. So let's talk about the direct traffic. When you have direct traffic to your site, you'll see a source of direct and the medium is going to be none. Basically because there's nothing else to say about the traffic like there might be if somebody came from Google, then we'd want to know paid versus organic. So direct traffic obviously commonly is when people type in your website. So if you have a very easy site, CNN.com, weather.com, anything like that with a short name, that's not going to be a surprise that people know your brand name and they just type that directly into their URL rather than searching for it. Another common reason, though, is if people from inside your office are going to your website. And that can be a problem if you don't want to track your internal users on your analytics account. There's two things you can do to deal with the direct traffic. So the one that I think is very simple, and I happen to be a Chrome user, and you'll note up here, there's a little Chrome extension called Block Yourself from Analytics. So I can go ahead and I can choose that and say that for this demo site that I'm working with here, I don't want to track visits to it coming from my computer. So that's one option that you can do in your office to block that direct traffic or your internal office traffic. The other option is to have a view where you're excluding your office traffic. So what you would do is you would have a view where you're saying you create a new view, and we'll talk about views and filters in a little more detail later, but you could say create a new one. What you're doing is you're just continuing to track all of your traffic. So we'll just say books.tinaarnoldi.com. That's the little demo account I'm using here. And then so this view or collection of your data is something that you're going to edit. So you would add a filter and you would apply a filter to exclude internal traffic. And again, so it's an exclude filter. And you want to know traffic from the IP addresses. And then this is where you can say exclude it from your IP addresses and go ahead and save that. So then that's the other option for excluding traffic, direct traffic, meaning people directly type your URL into the browser. So you can do a filter. Again, a filter is going to be a different section. We'll talk about how you need to be careful with that. But the quickest fix, again, if you are the only user, I definitely recommend coming up here and using this little block yourself from analytics. And that's a quick fix without making permanent changes into your analytics data. So again, direct is when people are typing the URL into the browser or possibly they have it saved from a bookmark. And it's not necessarily a good or a bad thing. It's just if you're in a large company and you're seeing a lot of that, I would definitely consider blocking that traffic so you're not recording your internal staff use.